Welcome to your Principles of Sociology video lecture with Dr. Chandler. You'll learn more by printing the notes beforehand and taking your own notes as you view this lecture. You'll need to pause the video from time to answer questions during this lecture. This lecture will summarize the criminal justice system in the United States. The system is supposed to be blind justice, but socioeconomic status, or SES, influences all human social institutions. Let's begin with this question. What is social control? Social control consists of practices that social groups use to encourage conformity to norms, rules, and laws. Laws are formal and written norms. The purpose of social control is to discourage deviance. There are two kinds of social control. Internal social control takes place when individuals internalize norms and values and control themselves. They follow these norms and values in their lives. External social control consists of negative sanctions that prescribe certain behaviors and punish rule breakers. Which is the most powerful, internal or external social control? What is your reasoning for your answer? Now, let's take a look at the term criminology. Criminology is the systematic study of crime and the criminal justice system. The criminal justice system is comprised of the 3 C's: cops or police, courts, and corrections. Let's take a closer look at the steps of the criminal justice system in the U.S. First, the red cloud indicates all crimes committed in a particular community. Next, cops indicates that police respond to and report criminal activity and refer cases to the courts. Then the courts determine the guilt or innocence of the alleged offenders, and finally the Corrections Division treats and/or punishes convicted offenders. The criminal justice system is shaped like a funnel, larger at one end with all of the crimes committed and smaller at the other end, where the number of crimes reported, investigated, adjudicated, and resulting in convictions are smaller. Many convictions result in alternative sentencing. That is, offenders are placed in the community, not in the jail or prisons. You can see that the red funnel is a leaky funnel, losing those accused of crimes at every step. Here's another question. What is the difference between a parole and a probation officer? Now let's discuss discretion. Discretion refers to the use of personal judgment by police officers, prosecutors, judges, probation and parole officers, and prison guards regarding how to proceed in a given situation. An example is that the police have the power to selectively enforce the law and have been accused of being too harsh or too lenient on alleged offenders. Discretionary powers in law enforcement include police, as noted, as well as those in corrections, who enforce laws, investigate crimes, conduct searches, arrest or detain. Prosecutors and those in corrections file charges and seek indictments, drop cases, reduce charges, and recommend sentences. And finally, judges, as well as those in corrections, set bail, accept pleas, determine delinquency, dismiss charges, impose sentences, and revoke probation. Here's a graph of arrests by type of offenses. You can see that drug abuse and driving under the influence are about equal in numbers. Larceny and theft is a little smaller. Finally, assaults and burglaries, rape, murder, and arson altogether take a smaller piece, with all other crimes over half. Here's another question. Who gathers and reports this crime data for the United States? The criminal justice system consists of more than 55,000 local, state, and federal agencies that enforce laws, adjudicate crimes, and treat, punish, and rehabilitate convicted criminals. The system includes police, courts, and corrections facilities and is the primary mechanism of external social control. When studying socialization, we saw how attachment is essential for habilitation or socialization. Rehabilitation may occur with humans, but is very unlikely to occur through external social controls. Punishment and corrections are those actions designed to deprive a person of things of value because of the offense a person is convicted of committing. What is least restrictive measures, and why is this an important concept for the criminal justice system across cops, courts, and corrections? Goals of punishment include retribution, that punishment should fit the crime; deterrence, to reduce criminal activity through the fear of punishment; social protection, the restriction of offenders with supervision or incarceration to protect the community; and rehabilitation, to return offenders to the community as law-abiding citizens. Research indicates, though, that deterrence and rehabilitation are ineffective. The United States, also known as the land of the free, has the highest rates of incarceration in the world. Many jails and prisons are crowded, and 2/3 of those convicted of violent crimes recidivate and are rearrested. The majority of inmates are male and from the lower social classes. Crime statistics in the U.S. conclude the official statistics that show the number of crimes reported to all police agencies, as well as the National Crime Victimization Survey of randomly selected households who are questioned about victimization. Are these two sets of statistics, gathered in different ways, in agreement? This concludes your video lecture on the criminal justice system.